What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology Retold action. We're going to be actually playing a game today. I decided to go in with Kronos. I wanted to show off a little bit of the Kronos rush shenanigans, but we did spawn in on Highland, which kind of changes what you want to do, but we're still going to get a good game here nonetheless. So we're going to rush forward to that forward dock location, going to get into building some fishing ships. I'm fairly sure that this map with Kronos, I probably could get away without building a dock and just rushing classical age, getting some pressure onto my opponent, and then maybe building a dock later, and that would be totally fine. But we're gonna be doing a dock opening here anyways, just to be nice and safe. Not playing too many crazy theories here. We're up against D Boone, who's playing Odin. This is probably one of the matchups that I think that Odin can potentially lose quite a bit, just on the fact that Kronos has got some really strong early game pressure that he can apply, and he's going to be able to find some advantages really early with a really strong rush into maybe playing something a little bit different, following that up. Classical age aggression, probably not the best idea, but definitely getting heroic age, getting out your satyr, and finding some advantages in the heroic age is going to be a good way to close out a game. Obviously, you still have to be concerned about Ragnarok and things against Odin, so you are on a timer to some degree. I'm going to be showing off here a little cheeky optimization. I noticed this as a little cheeky feature. You can actually go over the pop cap. So long as you have one population, you can actually go over that pop cap. So going to 14 citizen or 14 population, I can still get this citizen out. It's not going to be house blocked or anything. You can see it comes out before my mana even finishes there, and happy days. It's a really cool thing. You can actually do this with anything. Say you're sitting in the late game playing as Zeus. Zeus is a bad example because he has a -1 population on your myth units, but let's say Hades, and you want to get out of Colossus, but you're at 260 population, 259 population. You can actually go up to 264 population by getting that Colossus out. It's actually really cool. I like the little quality of life there, and I like that there's some options here to get some cheeky build orders coming in, utilizing that kind of a thing. Obviously, you can find yourself getting trapped by accidentally building a fishing ship there and going up to 15 pop and getting housed, but no worries there. So my plan here is to just get myself to a nice quick 150 gold, quickly get myself up to 150 wood, get my temple out, and I'm trying to get myself as quick of a classical age as I possibly can. I don't think that spamming out fishing ships and going for a 430 advance here is going to make a whole lot of sense. This is going to be one of those kind of inspired from 4-minute builds that came from the Titans, but we might be a little bit slow here. It looks like we're going to be like a 415 or so. One thing to take note of is that I've built my temple close to my mana, which speeds that temple production up, giving us a slightly faster temple area. Now we can get our fishing ships out, and we're going to look to advance here, drop our fishing ships in, and we should be able to get that advance relatively quickly here. I'm also going to be pre-queuing, maybe not pre-queuing. I'm going to be just advancing there, ensuring that all my stuff comes out. You can pre-queue that advance there. Just be careful you don't accidentally cut into a villager. So as your resources come in, make sure that villager comes out before you pre-queue. And you can do that by right-clicking, right? Okay, so time shifting in a temple at the moment. This is going to get myself 2 Prometheans out. There's a really cool tech available for the Promethean unit through Prometheus that is called Alluvial Clay. In the tie-ins, it only got you a small amount of advantage, but in terms of like it only kind of boosted HP a little bit on your Prometheans. But in Retold, you're actually getting yourself an extra Promethean offspring. So this is a really big technology to grab to give yourself some super strong early game raid possibilities. Now, my idea here is I thought about deconstructing my opponent's docks, but he's already got 2 there, so I think I'd be better off trying to find his temple, and from there, I'm going to actually be able to prevent him getting a myth unit. And one of the big bonuses here with Kronos and Atlantean in general is that their oracles are super good at scouting. And so I've basically got the entirety of the map scouted. If I was a little bit quicker here, I probably would have been having a better time, but I've already got my Prometheans attacking these docks. I'm going to be able to clean this up really, really quickly. I've already got a couple of ships out, so even though he's able to attack my ships, I'm going to be okay. And my deconstruction is also going to be coming through here as well, so I can actually deconstruct the other dock after this first dock finishes, or just clean them all up. But I'm going to get myself out 3 Prometheans first, and then I'm going to get that Alluvial Clay upgrade. And then after this center is all cleaned up, guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be deleting those Prometheans, getting myself that extra Promethean offspring, and actually I'm going to have 12 Prometheans offspring to go and raid. And they have a fairly decent amount of speed. So with 4 Prometheans, you build 2 Alluvial Clay, delete, go kill. And the big thing in Age of Mythology is villagers or army can path block really, really well. So if you go and raid with 12 units, they're going to be path blocking those villages really, really nicely. And my opponent here, he advanced a little bit late, and I don't think I actually got the kill on the Valkyrie. He rebuilt that temple, which is unfortunate for me. But I mean, beggars can't be choosers. He's obviously not got the best build order here for this map down just yet, and it's actually rewarded him with a Valkyrie, which good for him, bad for me, or whatever. As you can see, that Alluvial Clay technology just about to finish here, and my military building's also getting boosted up by these manors to start producing units a little bit quickly. I'm trying to get myself a hero out to deal with that Valkyrie that I saw move forward, and cleaning up this final house before going after the main villages here. And I'm also going to try and be sneaky with my temple here. I'm thinking about some heroic age timings and things like that as my hero Mamilo comes through, and he is scared of that, so he's going to run away. Fantastic. Another really cool thing with Kronos is that the time shift is nice and cheap, so I can actually time shift my docks. When I say nice and cheap, it's free for all buildings, not including a tower or a fortress. So now my Prometheans, am I going to delete them? I've got to delete them. There we go. So they go up to 5.5 speed, so they are really, really quick here, and I am fairly certain he's not on the other side of the map. I've scouted his wood lines there, and I do see him on that spot, so I'm going to be going for a big, big raid here. 12 Promethean offsprings running in. Yes, it's 7 minutes in the game. Yes, he probably could have defended this at this point, but he's going for a raid on me. I'm going for a raid on him. Forest Fire comes in. I'm going to be able to defend this and then just retreat away while he is taking a lot of damage while he's focusing on this stuff here, as my Promethean offsprings push him off that wood, get a couple of kills, and then get out of there. No problems. I'm not sure where my hero Mermillos went, but I can use Valor here to get that Mermillo back up to full HP and send him packing. As I'm just going to continue to check on these wood lines. I can actually split those Prometheans up if I so choose, but he's actually got his Hoso there, so I've got to be careful about those. So it is relatively easy to defend this kind of pressure, but I can just imagine if this was on a land map doing this without having to worry about those docks advancing at 330, getting these Prometheans out, running into the Odin space, it's going to be really, really challenging for him to defend every single different position that his units are, that his villages are in, especially if you can split them Promethean offspring up into like 3 different groups of 4 to get some damage dealt everywhere. Lots of chaos can happen in here, but just getting some units out to defend. My aim here is mostly get to the heroic age. I've got a lot of wood here, which I'm really, really not liking. I really got to take those villages off of wood. I'm going to be building a whole bunch of barracks here, but in reality, I don't need this wood. Yes, I could go for a town center here as well, which is probably what I'll end up doing, but I need to move those villages elsewhere and stop stockpiling those resources, because that is obviously not going to be the best thing to do. As we're going to be roaming over here in an attempt to take out those villages on the foot against so many Promethean offspring to get some pressure on. This is something that really only Prometheus can do for Atlantean at the moment in the classical age. These are the fastest units that you've got access to, 5.5 speed, and they're seriously good raiders. Yeah, they're weak with only like 100 HP or something like that, but maybe even less than 100 HP, but they're getting that damage dealt, and that's huge. Do lose a citizen there. Nice raid from Boone as he's putting some pressure on, but we can just garrison into our town center here, and then he's going to have to leave. He can't hang around here for too long. That town center does a little bit too much damage, and we can just go straight back onto the gold, and we are getting ourselves that second town center after all. I definitely should have been time shifting buildings over to the town center here, houses over to the town center to get that one up. I'm a little bit new to this whole Atlantean thing and trying to work out how to take full advantage of it. But yeah, you can definitely get your buildings up really, really quickly with these houses. It takes a little bit of preparation to make it happen, but once you get used to it, man, things come up really quick, and it's just a huge advantage, economically speaking, for Kronos, which is weird to say because he's such an aggressive god, and then you say he's also got economic advantage. Yeah, because he's not building for as long as everyone else. As my turner, keep my turbo alive. Town center up, and I can run over to that gold mine onto that side there, and I just need to make sure that I'm going to be getting those cows here. One thing you can always do as Atlantean, because you don't need any any drop sites, is just bring those cows over to the gold mine or bring them over to the wood line. No walking time, and you can kind of fix up some poor macro moves there. I could also have thrown a marker down in advance by now, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers. And once we get there, we've got all of this favor in the bank. I haven't built a single oracle in this game, which is arguably a mistake, but I've already got 50 favor. I've already built a handful of Prometheans. I've already got a technology in. All this favor is going to be going into satyrs here, which are really, really strong. I don't know if you guys have seen the manticore, but satyrs are basically manticores in Age of Mythology. So obviously the logic follows that they're basically going to be doing the same thing as we go up through Hyperion. Yes, you can go through, you can also go through Rhea as well. Rhea is also a really, really good, option to boot, but I mean, when you've got access to double safety, you've got access to double safety. Now, I see that he's raiding cavalry over here. I see that he sees my temple. I get a little bit scared here about that one, so I'm just going to rebuild my temple just in case it falls, but trying to send that elsewhere. And it looks like, yeah, once you're time shifting a building, it loses all armor. So at least I think that's how it works. And he's going to be able to take that one out. But luckily, I prepared, so I'm not going to lose my double sate here, which would be very, very upsetting. It's the big advantage of Kronos, I should say, not Prometheus. The big advantage of Kronos is having that. And so I'm trying to build this. This medium infantry technology, and this is kind of before I really had to think about exactly what pre-queue means, but I could just right-click that one and it would come through as soon as I could afford the resources there. But D-Boon, tapping out there. What do you guys think about this Kronos? You actually think it's as strong as I think it is? You think maybe it's going to be able to be defended? Really, really strong pressure in the early game. Great. Really, really good on water maps with that deconstruction. Lots and lots of pain going to be able to be inflicted onto your opponents with all of the cool stuff that you can do. And I mean, villager-wise, citizen-wise, I'm pretty sure these citizens, they're coming out faster than the villagers are coming out. I think they take 22 seconds. Yeah, they gather slightly slower than double villagers, but they're coming out quicker. So I think you're getting slightly more economy, or at least equal economy with Atlantean as well. So while I do think the classical age is a little bit lackluster, if you can get these Prometheans going for raids, you can keep your opponent on the back foot, and then you can get to the heroic age and enjoy how good that heroic age is now. Satyrs being strong, Contarius being really useful, Arcus being really good with ballistics, having all that extra range, plus ballistics is a really, really big deal. And then also getting a nice mythic age. I don't know if you've seen the implode yet, but it is really, really strong. It's lightning storm levels of strong, so definitely something to be used with success for Atlantean. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this game, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.